The pre-dawn hours of January 5th, 2025. A biting cold gripped western Russia. Airfields lay silent under a blanket of fresh snow. Suddenly the winter sky tore open. Orange flashes bloomed against the darkness. Fire engulfed them on their own soil. The unthinkable was happening. Ukrainian drones had flown undetected. They had struck at the heart of Russia's war machine. The war had dragged on, a brutal attritional conflict. Russia, with its vast resources, believed time was on its side. Its leadership projected an image of invincibility. Their homeland was secure, their strategic assets beyond Ukraine's grasp. This belief fostered a dangerous complacency. Ukraine fought for its survival, showing incredible resilience. But resilience alone does not win wars against a larger foe. They needed to change the calculus, to disrupt Russia's plans. The idea of hitting strategic bomber bases was born from this necessity, a high-risk, high-reward proposition. The strategic imperative was clear. These bombers launched the missiles that devastated Ukrainian infrastructure. Degrading this capability was paramount. It was not just about revenge, but self-preservation. Each bomber destroyed or damaged meant fewer missiles fired, fewer lives lost in Kiev, Kharkiv, Odessa. The logic was brutal, but undeniable. The risks were enormous. Failure would be a propaganda coup for Moscow. The resources required were significant, the intelligence needed precise. The drones had to be capable, the operators skilled and brave. Yet the potential payoff was too great to ignore. A successful strike would be a powerful message, a demonstration of Ukrainian ingenuity, a blow to Russian morale, a signal that the war's geography was expanding. The planning was meticulous. Intelligence gathering was the first crucial step. Satellite imagery provided a constant, watchful eye. Whispers from within Russia, partisan activity. Russia's air defense network was vast, but not impenetrable. There were gaps, blind spots. The drones were a testament to Ukrainian innovation, each carrying a potent payload, coordinated strikes to maximize confusion, to overwhelm any immediate response. Secrecy was the lifeblood of the operation, all building towards a single dramatic crescendo. The launch was a moment of quiet intensity from hidden locations deep within Ukraine or perhaps closer to the Russian border. Small teams of operators made final checks, systems green, targets locked. Then, one by one, the drones lifted into the night sky. Silent messengers of defiance, each carrying a deadly payload, each a symbol of Ukraine's unbroken spirit. Their journey had begun, a long, perilous flight into the enemy's heartland. They flew low, skimming above the winter landscape, under the radar horizon. The vast Russian territory stretched before them. For hours, they navigated through hostile airspace, evading detection systems. Each drone was an autonomous agent following its pre-programmed path. A testament to sophisticated engineering. The operators could only wait, hope, then arrival. The airbases loomed in the darkness, still unsuspecting. The drones, like phantoms, approached their designated targets. Strategic bombers parked in neat rows, laden with fuel, laden with instruments of death. The first impacts were sudden, violent. A series of explosions ripped through the stillness. Fireballs erupted, illuminating the scenes of destruction. Aircraft worth millions, designed to project power, now burning hulks. The carefully laid plans had come to fruition, with devastating effect. The damage was significant. The steel hornets had delivered their sting. The initial reaction from Moscow was telling. Silence. State media was muted. Then came denial, downplaying, obfuscation. The scale of the fires made such narratives untenable. Putin remained out of public view. When he emerged, his face was a mask of controlled fury. His words were sharp, filled with threats. Internally, the repercussions were swift. How did dozens of drones penetrate? The attack exposed systemic rot. It revealed the cracks in the facade. In Ukraine, the news was met with a surge of grim satisfaction. Not joy, for war is never joyful, but a profound sense of validation, a much-needed boost to national morale. After years of enduring relentless Russian bombardment, this was a moment of tangible success, a demonstration that Ukraine was not merely a victim, but an active combatant, capable of striking back, deep into the aggressor's territory. The news spread like wildfire. Hope rekindled. Ukrainian officials maintained a careful ambiguity. They did not formally claim responsibility immediately, but their statements were laced with pride. President Zelensky spoke of Ukraine's right to defend itself, by any means necessary. The message was clear: we will not be cowed. We will find ways to hold you accountable. The psychological impact on Ukrainians was powerful. It showed that their ingenuity, their determination could yield astonishing results. Across Russia, the psychological impact was the inverse. The war had largely been an abstraction for many. This attack brought it home, viscerally. The realization that major military bases far from any border were vulnerable. This sowed seeds of doubt, of fear. This audacious attack fundamentally altered the dynamics of the war. It signaled a new phase. Ukraine was no longer solely on the defensive. It now possessed a credible long-range strike capability. This forced Russia to recalibrate its strategic thinking. Resources would have to be diverted to bolster air defenses around critical infrastructure, not just near Ukraine, but deep within Russia itself. This stretched their already strained military. It created new vulnerabilities elsewhere. International reactions were mixed, yet telling. Ukraine's staunchest allies saw it as a legitimate act of self-defense, a consequence of Russia's unprovoked aggression. Others expressed concern about escalation. But few could deny Ukraine's right to defend its sovereignty. The attack also put pressure on nations that had been hesitant in their support, demonstrating Ukraine's capacity to inflict serious damage, to potentially change the war's trajectory. The implications for any future peace talks became more complex. Did this bold strike make Russia more amenable to negotiation by exposing its vulnerabilities? Or would it harden Putin's resolve, leading to even greater intransigence? The path to peace seemed more distant than ever. The most significant concern was the potential for Russian escalation. The war had entered a more dangerous, less predictable stage. The January 5th attack was more than just a successful military operation. It was a symbolic turning point. It did not end the war, but it marked a significant shift in its character. Russia's perceived invincibility was shattered. Ukraine's capacity for strategic surprise was proven. The psychological impact on both sides was profound. This was a testament to Ukrainian resilience, to their ability to adapt, to innovate. Ukraine sent a clear message to Moscow and to the world. We will not be passively bombed into submission. We will defend our people. We will take the fight to you if necessary. The attack on Russia's strategic bomber bases was a bold declaration of that intent. It was a demonstration that the rules of this brutal war were not solely dictated by the Kremlin. Ukraine had agency, it had capabilities, and it was willing to use them to protect its future. The future of the conflict became even more uncertain, more fraught with peril. Putin's special military operation, designed for a quick victory, had morphed into a protracted, bloody struggle. This attack was another stark reminder of that profound miscalculation. Russia was now forced to fight a war on more fronts than it anticipated. The cost of its aggression continued to mount. The long shadow of Russia's Pearl Harbor moment would linger.